You're ready.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the May 10th, 2023 meeting of the Delhi Township Board of Trustees. In a moment, we will have the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. As we begin the night, it's great to see the house packed. This is good for a great occasion, the graduation of our citizens on patrol. And so we thank you for being here. The second part after the pledge is our moment of silence. A part of the moment of silence goes to all of you that gave your time, your energy, your talents just to come out and see some other things and also be additional eyes and ears for the township, for the officials out here. So thank you for that. The second part of our moment of silence, it goes out to teachers. Why teachers? Because here we are in the month of May and school is winding down. No? Somebody shaking their head no back there. What was it? I'm not going to say it, but I'm glad you said it. So that being said, not said, just for teachers that really do try to make a difference as we get to the end of the year, it's a prayer of thanksgiving. We're thankful that some things that could have happened didn't happen, that it's been a good year, I think, for our local schools here on the west side, and for those teachers who just try to make a difference in a world and a society that sometimes I don't think gives the teachers appreciation that they truly deserve at times. So we just, again, come in a prayer of thanksgiving for all of you and a prayer of thanksgiving for our schools and for those teachers and for those that try to make a difference in a positive way to our country. Please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you so much. We will have approval of the minutes, please. Mr. Luby?
Motion to approve the minutes from the Board of Trustees regular meeting on April 26, 2023.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, motion approved.
Motion to approve the payment of overtime for pay period ending May 2nd, 2023.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
motion approved.
Motion to approve bills for payment.
So moved.
Second?
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, motion is approved. Report from the fiscal officer, Mr. Luby.
As far as significant transactions since our last meeting, we did receive $11,000 from Hamilton County for our recycling grant. And it's that time of year where we make our payments to the schools from our TIF fund. So we paid Oak Hills $1,328,000, Great Oaks $72,000, and Cincinnati Public Schools $52,000. And our payroll for April 27th was $337,000. That's all I have.
Great, thank you so much. Trustee correspondence, please. Trustee Sturts.
Yes, I want to give a shout out to the Delhi Business Association for Saturday's Shred Day. Some of you may have been disappointed, but the truck filled by 11:15. I know we were supposed to be there till noon, but the truck filled. The guy would not take any more. But those that had been in line for a long time, one of the DBA members loaded up his truck, followed the shred truck to their place of business, and they shredded up there. But they're looking at maybe how can they improve this next year. And so stand by. But thank you for all of them that worked so hard alongside. And I worked alongside them. Thank you. And my husband, God bless you, Butch, worked with them so hard that day. So thank you.
Thank you. Trustee Seavey.
Yes, well, up the street from Shred Day was Cleanup Day. And and that's where Trustee Davis and I were, and it was a great day. It was great seeing so many of you emptying those garages and backyards that you've stored things through the winter, and it was great to see you all and have the opportunity to clean up Delhi. And I know we heard a lot of requests about doing it a second time, and I'm not getting any reaction from Danny Ryan on that, but it's a possibility, okay? So we'll look into it. Secondly, we were visited this week by the Hamilton County Relief Bus. It's called the 911513 bus. And unfortunately, we did not have a lot of lead time as to its coming to Delhi or where it was going to be. So we scrambled around on, I believe that was Tuesday, to get to the bus, and I have to tell you, the bus was amazing. It offers so many social services in one place, plus, and I think Tony Roach, are you going to say something about this as well? Okay, because it had medical, dental, legal, all types of social services and advice for people. It's coming again in August and October, right, Tony? That's correct. And they have now agreed to give us some lead time as to where it will be and when it will be in the township. So we'll work with them and let you all know. Secondly, to that, there's another bus coming to the township, and this is called the Oak Hills Book Bus. And the Oak Hills Book Bus is put on by the Alumni and Educational Foundation. It is fully charitable. It is not paid for by any tax dollar. It is all grants and donations, and it is a wonderful reading experience. It is manned by retired teachers, and it will be at C.O. Harrison in June and July on Wednesdays. So Wednesdays through June and July from 9:30 to 11:30. So those of you, maybe grandparents that watch kids during the summer, be a great place to bring them up and see the book bus. The book bus itself is entertaining to see. So, and then every child that comes on to the book bus actually leaves with a book. So come on out and see the Oak Hills Alumni and Educational Foundation book bus. Thanks, that's all.
Thank you. I just have two quick pieces. One, with school out and kids all on the roads and up and down the pike and everywhere, be careful. Citizens on Patrol, you probably already know this. I know, Chief, we talked about it. Just, we're watching that. We're watching people running red lights, so be aware. When you see the light turn yellow, just stop. Don't go through it. And if you're at the light and it turns green, don't immediately go. Make sure everybody is stopped. This stuff that goes on all around, I'm not going to get into it. It goes on all around us in other jurisdictions, like, oh, they're just going to let it happen. It's not going to happen in Delhi. You will be pulled over, you will be ticketed, you might get a warning depending what's going on, but just stop at the light. Don't rush it. There's no need for it. Accidents that happen, especially up on the pike, they're nasty. And so we want to keep everybody safe, keep the kids safe and everything else. And thank you for a couple of you. I said I would not mention your names, but it seems like we're not the only ones experiencing frustration on Lower Delhi Pike with that road being what it is. But as we understand, they're going to, where are you? There you are. They're going to pave that. What's the story? They're still doing a study to put a light in down at Fairbanks and Delhi?
It's out to bid, so we should get some dates here soon.
Right. It's just absolutely crazy of what they do to our main in and out of the township, and to do that to the residents, people trying to get to work, and with potholes and everything else. And it sat there for literally months as they talk about doing a study for this light that I guess we all of a sudden need a light down there. It's such a major problem at Fairbanks and Delhi. So it's horrible, horrible. Anyway. That being said, let's roll on. We have a very special presentation tonight. We're going to bring up Lieutenant Joe Macaluso and Sergeant Joe Goddard for our Citizens Police Association graduation. And neither one's here, but we have Chief.
And the script goes away.
Skylar, are you still on probation?
I apologize, I'm not Joe Goddard.
No.
But Joe Goddard was the commander of the Citizens Police Academy, our 21st Citizens Police Academy. So he was slated to be here to talk about it, so I'm winging it. He's out on the road with something that's going on up on the pike. So, and he just called Lieutenant Schmaltz, so he stepped out for a second, so I don't know what that means. But no, we appreciate it. We love running these. Like I said, it's our 21st. I know all of you have gone through before, and it's an honor and a privilege to meet and get to know all these individuals, a lot of new faces. I'd also like to honor the Delhi Citizens Police Association members that came out, that are in attendance, who always support this cause that we have here. With that also, I believe the last count we had, out of the 19, we have 8 signed up for Delhi Citizens Police Association, so that's great. We appreciate continuing on. And that's what happened. Was the first Citizens Police Academy, they didn't want to stop, so they formed the Delhi Citizens Police Association, and we just continue on and on with it, so we greatly appreciate it. They went through, starting at the end of February, 10 weeks, every Thursday night up here. They touched almost 19 officers that they had contact with, which teaching the classes, so they got to know over half of the department, which is great. And I'm hoping that one or two of them talk. I didn't screen what they're going to say, so please forgive me.
There is an
So
off
if
button.
you have something good to say, then we'll let you talk. If not, then I'll still give you a certificate. So, no, with that, I'd like to introduce all of them and appreciate everything they've done. You want to grab the coins, Rich? Or you want to read? If we butcher names, please forgive us. First, alphabetical order, Cameron Adams. Cameron, appreciate it.
Yeah, come over this way so we can tell how behind. Oh, sure. I've done this before.
You get in there, Rich.
Yeah, get in. Okay, look right here, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks again, Cameron. Appreciate you. Thank you. Laura Adams. Good work, congratulations. Nice job.
You guys back there, you're in the picture too, so smile.
Don't make a face.
Next, Mark Bowen. AKA photographer.
Yeah.
Andre
Coble.
Coble. I was going to say Cobble, but I didn't want to say it.
Sir. This is the important one right there.
Oh, that's Mrs. Cole.
Let me get one. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I will say too, Andre's retired Dayton Police Department.
Oh, thank
Catherine
you.
Flodstrom, not here. Okay, Catherine. We'll make sure she gets that. Jennifer Foster. All your badges are in order. Kenneth Gardner. He's got a skinny name. Keith. All right, pronounce it for me. Holmes. Holmes, okay. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks, Keith.
Thank you.
Daniel Huddleston. Christina Kohlmeyer.
Thank you.
He's always working. Thank you. Hal Krimpelman, you gotta go. Here's a challenge I see for you.
I'm working the back there. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get out of there.
This is going to cost us.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Rich.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin Minus.
Yeah.
Robert Moser Jr.
It's a female, didn't know, right? That is.
That's the only way I can pick him out of a crowd.
You got your shoes. Thank you.
Emilia Reed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jessica Ritz. Kind of related to my wife, so I can joke with it. I wouldn't have done that just to anybody. Joseph Schmidt.
I don't know. Go out and see what's going on. Delhi.
Sherry Schneider.
Chief, thank you so much.
Got it. Got it.
You get it? Not me. Tom Schneider.
Looks like a good.
Thanks.
They're neighbors of Mr. Lundy over there. Mr. Lundy's goal was to have the whole street go through the Citizens Police Academy. So, Peg Thompson. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Tell your friends. Anybody like to talk about their experience?
Come on.
You'll say something? Appreciate
It's
it.
'cause he looks like he's the leader.
You do have a 3-minute limit.
Was that him?
Was that him?
Might have been him.
Or maybe, yeah, it was.
You guys can say yes or no, but the best things were the guns. We liked the guns. We did not like the accommodations at the Hamilton County Justice Center. We just made sure we kept going to the left there. The simulation over at Green Township was really neat. Agreed? And so thanks to Green Township for having that for us. The Hamilton County Communications Center was probably one of the top. Just visiting there and seeing what those people do for us and how intense it is. And I liked that they had seated desks and stand-up desks, because if I was there, I couldn't sit all the time. It would drive me crazy. But they were so friendly and helpful to us. Let's see, the SWAT, we all got dressed up. Did we get dressed up for that? No. Did we?
For the very last class we done.
Yeah. The officer involved shooting, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
That was our favorite, I think, because we got to wear all the stuff, and I wish they'd shot back at us, so I want to do it again where they shoot. And I think we all failed, because did anybody say right off the bat, drop the gun or anything? No, I didn't.
They were shooting at us.
Did anybody use anybody for a human shield?
No. But I know it was 30 seconds, but by the time, just 30 seconds I left there, and my heart's going like this one. Nope, I didn't want to be a cop. I don't want to be a cop. So, but I think we all just appreciate the time that you guys spent with us. So, thank you.
So, yeah, there's a lot.
Please come to the mic if you would, please.
I think some of us would have liked if we spent more time on some of the areas, because I come from the military, so I kind of knew what to do. Some of them didn't, so
Make it 16 weeks.
I would go for that.
Step on up.
It was all incredible and awesome, and I want to thank you so much. But a big kudos to Tyler Steinley, because on the forceful shooting, the very last one, he was the cop pretending to be the bad guy, and he was padded up, but we were shooting him,
And it hurt.
and it hurt, and he showed us the welts afterwards. So Steinley, but
So who said they wanted to be shot back?
but thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we do want to thank Greg Lundy for convincing us that this would be a good experience and making sure that we make the sign up and all that kind of stuff. It was well worth it to anybody who's ever thinking about it. And we've definitely been spreading the word around, friends and such. Thank you all for all that you do.
Come on up.
I think the Delhi Police Department is a great department, and I think they need a humongous applause because they're very professional. And I don't think any of them were rude about anything. They were very kind to us. And I think we couldn't ask for a better department. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Got you on a short leash.
Honorable staff. Sir, I enjoyed every class. All the instructors always ask me questions because I'm a former Dayton police officer, 5th District Precinct. And before then, I'm a former Montgomery County deputy sheriff. So I just brought my experience up there down here. God bless.
Oh, very nice.
Sincerely thanks, trustees, for allowing us to have the academies, and you're our best advocates. So we're gonna have one in the fall, start passing the word, it will fill up quick. We didn't even have to advertise this much because we had a lot of applications already online with all of you. So, just pass the word, if you don't mind, family, friends, be looking forward to get the application in now, and they'll be contacted, well before it starts. So we appreciate all of you. Thank you much.
Trustee Sturts?
Yes, I'm very glad that you recognize what a great department you have in Delhi. And with that, we didn't thank all the voters who passed their levy so that we could maintain the level of service that our residents are realizing. So we're glad you recognize what we know. Congratulations. Everybody up here on the board at GC, we've all taken the course ourselves, so we're graduates too. So we really appreciate you giving your time, because we know it's dedication. There's a lot of time you had to put into it. So thank you, and thank you to those who are going to continue with the Citizens on Patrol. I think you will find that rewarding also. We really rely on you and also the department, so thank you.
Trustee Seavey?
Yes, congratulations, all of you. And just a note to the side, Greg Lundy was my partner when I went through the class. His words to me with the guns were, "Don't shoot me." So we had a great experience, and I'm so glad that all of you had the opportunity to also have that same experience. It certainly does grow your appreciation for what our officers do every day. And I can't thank the entire community enough for your support of the Delhi Police. Thank you, and congratulations. We'll see you at DCPA.
Yeah, the same. Kudos to all of you. Just thanks for saying yes. Everyone has plenty of things to do on their calendars these days, but for every Thursday for those 10 weeks, you said yes to learning more. And as I said, being additional eyes and ears for the police division and for us and for the residents of the township in order to keep Delhi safe. It's because of people like you. So thank you. Yeah, you can applaud that. Heck yeah. And that wasn't scripted. That was good. We go in now to some other areas, so you are more than welcome to leave. If you'd like to hear some of the nuisance resolutions, just stay around. But thank you again.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye, Mr. Lundy.
Keep recruiting.
Bye, Peg Thompson.
Yep.
Good to see you.
She looks really familiar.
Yes, great letter.
Yes. She need help up? Okay. What'd you break, Doug? Still looks good. And nobody said the drinking simulation was her favorite.
Yeah, that's true.
That was one of the funniest.
Okay. We will continue on with our regular meeting here. We have Chief Doug Campbell from the Fire Division with a hiring recommendation. Motion, please.
We have a motion to approve the hiring of Jeremy W. Mathis as part-time firefighter EMT in the fire department at the rate per the collective bargaining agreement with the Delhi Firefighters Association upon successful completion of the pre-employment agreement, physical and drug testing effective on May 10th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, motion approved. Continue. Next motion.
Motion to accept the voluntary resignation of part-time firefighter EMT David R. Keeler effective May 29th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, motion is approved. Chief Campbell.
We win one and we lose one. I know it has been the story. I feel, if you could only feel my pain. The months. Certainly, every firefighter we take on is a huge investment in time and energy to get them prepared to serve the community, and to see them go. We are saddened. David, in particular, he went through our full-time process. We did not select him in this last round, but presented a very good opportunity, and certainly Green Township saw that in him as well and grabbed him first. So we wish him well. I know he will serve that community very well. We're excited to see what comes of it. As far as Jeremy Mathis, he just completed his schooling. He went out into the world and decided he wanted to be a firefighter, EMT. So we're going to see where we go with Jeremy. He is out of Cincinnati State, so we're kind of excited to bring him in, and he's kind of got a fresh look at the process. So we're excited to bring him into Delhi.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Our Parks and Recreation, please. I have no agenda items on there, but it's the month of May, so what's happening? Randy Suppi, our Director of Parks.
So, nothing on the agenda, but the park crew is very busy. Just had the cleanup day, have grass cutting, bed weeding, mulching, everything. So it's all in order, running, very smooth right now. Hopefully the rain has slowed up a little bit, so we'll be good
Till
to
the
go.
weekend.
Yes, till the weekend.
How did you spend last Sunday?
Icing up and relaxing.
Icing up, yeah.
For sure, along with you.
Yeah, and I know you won't say it, and of course, Dan was back there just going at it. All of you, the people that you had there helping.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never seen it that many cars.
Yeah, usually
trucks,
there's a break.
U-Hauls.
Yeah, Skylar asked me how it went in the years past, and we've had a little break here and there, but apparently I lied to him, and we didn't have one break, so yeah. It was very well attended.
I would like to weigh in. I've been to cleanup days and trash bashes and numerous communities at this point. I can say this is the highest volume I have ever seen, and there was no lull. It was just
it was
just
constant.
It was nonstop.
So, major kudos to all of our staff that was out there, and
Yes.
elected officials that were throwing garbage in those dumpsters. That was a lot.
And another little an opinion, we kind of talked about it. I don't think another cleanup day would reduce one day's material as well. So it just add double. So however that goes, we can take care of what we need.
And for people that haven't done it before, it's not like they just pull up and dump their stuff. It's like, no, people like you and others that are helping them grab their mattresses
Yeah.
and everything.
Everybody there, yes.
It was just, I've never seen something like it. Trustee Seavey?
Well, I was the traffic patrol. So to those of you who were gracious and understanding, thank you. And to those of you who got very frustrated, I'm sorry. The line was long and we just kept moving them through. But it was a great day. And the guys, Trustee Davis, you were dirt from the top of your head to your feet. So it was well worth it, and it was good to see all of you, and it was a great service to the community.
Yeah, good day.
Yep, we have a few things coming up. I won't ruin it for Mr. Luby. He's going to explain things coming up later, so I will give that to him when it comes up.
All right.
I don't know if you saw on social media, is people just voluntarily have given you kudos and your department for keeping the parks so beautiful.
Oh, nice. Usually it's the other way. So.
That's why I want to make sure that you saw it. If you didn't see it, that you hear it.
Oh, thank
They
you.
were talking about, the grass and how you're working on the fields and the play area. So it was remarkable that one person started and it just kept going after it. So
Yeah.
I was glad to see smiley faces this time and acknowledging all the work that your department's doing. So thank you.
Kind of the good news is we are close to full staff, so it's helping out
helps.
greatly. So yeah, everybody pitching in.
Good.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you.
so much. Yeah. All right, we're moving into our police division. Chief Howarth, we have a resignation.
We have a motion to accept the voluntary resignation of part-time clerk Alexis R. DeWitt in the police department effective May 10th, 2023.
So moved.
Second,
All those in favor?
yes.
Yes.
Yes. And moving on to bigger, better, and full-time.
Yeah, she got a full-time position, second shift with Hamilton County Coroner's Office as an investigator. So she's very excited. That was her dream, and she's there now. And we hate to lose her, but we have a good contact down at the coroner's lab now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
amen. Good.
Thank you, Alexis.
Yeah, thank you. Very good. Anything else going on?
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'd just like to take the time to publicly thank the community. I mean, it was overwhelming, the response that we got. And, I mean, I know we have the support day in and day out from the community. There's no doubt about it. But when it comes to finances and funding that, you always wonder. But just everybody that came out to vote for that, just to continue the service, what I think is the best service and police service that you can find. Might be a little biased, but and for all residents, whether you voted, didn't vote, or voted against it, all the residents get the protection.
Yes.
Our men and women do a great job. So I truly appreciate, there's not words out there that can explain my appreciation for everybody, but we truly do.
Again, social media, everybody has a comment, and that's fine. That's your opinion. But the one question that was asked and nobody answered correctly is why do we have to have levies instead of just collecting income tax? And I wish, I want the public to know, we as a township cannot collect income tax. So that's why we have to have levies. And again, why can't we put it in the general fund? It's the money's just not there. And this is the way it was set up when you first started, right? I mean, it's generational. So just to answer some questions, because, we don't go out and respond on social media, but we cannot collect income tax. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Thank you. And on the other note, as far as social media goes, everybody, that follows us, I think we're over 11,000 followers, but they respond when we put pictures out identifying people, and we couldn't do it without them. I mean, so those tips are just invaluable. We still got legwork to do on the case, but it gives us a face with a name. So we just thank everybody for continuing to support in that way, too.
Good. Thank you so much, Chief.
Thank you.
Public Works, please. Ron Riberger, good to see you. And we have a motion, please, Mr. Luby.
Motion to approve the service level fees for Hamilton County Stormwater District for 2024.
So moved.
Second,
All those in favor?
yes.
Yes.
Yes, motion approved. Hello.
Hello. I can mention something about the stormwater fees. This is something we've done for over 10 years. We were mandated by the EPA to do something, and we teamed up with Hamilton County, along with a lot of other jurisdictions, and so far it's worked pretty good.
Good.
More updates?
Whatever.
I don't have too much this time. Just wrapping up Neeb Road sidewalk, a couple weeks. So you can tell it's making some pretty good progress, looking good. Yeah, we hope to be done in about 2 weeks, depending on weather. Road project off of the Devil's Backbone to Hickory's Greenery. We started leveling asphalt, but the curb crew has not been in yet. It's still a couple weeks out at least, so haven't had many calls on that. And when I get some hardcore dates on about 3 more projects coming up, I'll let you guys know.
Good. The sidewalks are looking so wonderfully well that others are wanting a sidewalk now.
Yeah, we've
However,
seen requests.
yeah, sorry, folks, but we do it the best we can, and it really is looking nice. Speaking of sidewalks, I came out of the farm last night, and if you pull out of the farm over on Anderson Ferry, you make a left, and then you pass the first one. I don't think that's Austin Hill. What's the first one? First street there at the light. Whitmore. But when you look off to the right there, to the east side, do you see the sidewalk there? But all of a sudden, there's like a couple homes where like the sidewalk just stopped, and then it picks back up. What's the story with that?
It's like a long field with a fence is where it stops,
I
right?
think so,
Going
yeah.
northbound.
But there's like 2 homes there where you would have the sidewalk, but there's no sidewalk. Any idea, or were you?
It's been brought up, and we keep a running list of like requests, throughout the township that we've gotten for the past probably 7 years, and that's on there.
It is?
Yeah.
So they might get the rest of the sidewalk one day, or?
It's funding, right away sometimes an issue. The sidewalks that we got going now are from the sort of grants that had to be so close to the bus line, but we definitely got into getting some sidewalks out there, so.
All right.
We'll take a look. And
Yeah, if you check that out, I would love to hear the rest of the story, and if it can be done. I mean, it's just like you got 99.9% of the way there. Just finished.
There is there's 2 sections at least missing on that northbound from the ferry. So.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. That's it. Anybody
That's
else?
it.
Thank you.
Administrators update. Mr. Miller.
Yes, sir. I won't take up too much time tonight. Just a quick update of DTS. The first item here is just showing you the progress on the North Point PLK portion of the project. These are the residential units that are coming in. To the front there is actually Building 2, and in the background is Building 1. Building 1 is, they're working on the second story of that. So these will be 3-story buildings. And we're expecting them to basically start a new building every month. So this is, we're going to see a lot of progress. These stick-built units are going to go up very quickly. So just some quick updates of our building. Framing continues. The framing is significantly done, complete in both the pre-K area as well as the township admin spaces. They are now working on framing both the upper level as well as the recreation area on the first floor. So the pool area, the locker rooms, those spaces. So this is an update on our pool. So I actually didn't know this. I thought it was a concrete pool, and I walk over there and I see that it's actually a metal, metal structure. So pool walls are up, and they're moving forward, making a lot of progress in this area as well. So, and then just back to the framing in our area. This is let's see. That's actually the main corridor. As if I was coming into the building, from our main entrance. So, to the right there is would be the door to our lobby. And then this is standing actually over at the locker room area, looking west. So it's kind of over top of the leasable space that we'll have onto our area, just kind of getting a sense of all the framing that's going on. But very exciting right now. It's it looks like a real building. So that's all I have, unless there's any questions for me right now.
Looking good.
Trustee Sturts, Trustee Seavey?
No, looking good.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Skylar. Community development, please.
I'm actually going to intro this for Tony. So to try and avoid a lengthy process on this, we're going to try a slightly different presentation format tonight. So Tony is going to go through the slideshow, present all of the properties to the board, and feel free to stop, ask any questions. Assuming that we do not pull any of these, then we can pursue our standard motion to approve, but we're going to say all of the resolution numbers. And then, Mr. Luby, you will need to read all titles because at a minimum, by law, we have to read the titles of the resolution. So there will be basically one legislative action of the board, if you will, for these. So hopefully this is a good experiment, and it moves us through this process a little faster.
And just to follow up, and the board will make individual determinations on each of those. So you're going to look at everyone. So every nuisance will be considered by the board. The board will make the determination. We're just going to vote instead of 17 times, one time. If you had a problem with any one of them, let everybody know. Yeah, but otherwise you're considering all 17 like you would in the ordinary course. We're just trying to shorten the process.
If we need to pull one, we pull that number out, and we'll just exclude that number. But yes, there will be a resolution, a formal resolution for each property.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And you're up, sir.
Here we go. All right, so 428 Vaughn Road for debris. 430 Foley Road for debris. 3940 Delhi Pike vegetation, excessive vegetation.
Tall grass, yep.
328 Don Lane.
Don Lane,
Bob,
Bob
that's-
Drive.
328 Bob.
Bob, I'm sorry, Bob, for excessive vegetation. 392 Don Lane for accumulated debris. 471 Anderson Ferry for excessive vegetation. I'm lost. This is where we at here.
515 Allenford Court.
515 Alfred Court for excessive vegetation and debris. 4783 Shady Lawn Terrace for excessive vegetation. 3935 Delhi Pike for accumulated debris. 5387 Romance for excessive vegetation. 5433 Cleves-Warsall Pike for excessive vegetation. 373 Robin Lane for excessive vegetation. 5540 Rapid Run Road for excessive vegetation. 5838 Pedretti Road for excessive vegetation. 496 Hibernia for excessive vegetation. 3917 Delhi Pike for excessive vegetation. 3927 Delhi Pike for excessive vegetation. And last but not least, 5489 Cleander Drive for excessive vegetation.
And all of these properties were inspected
All
today?
properties were inspected today, and they're still in violation. So if you have any questions, feel free to answer.
Mr. Roach, are any of these repeat offenders?
Most of them.
I don't know the exact number, but I do recognize a lot of the addresses from previous years.
So, okay.
And I'm actually happy to report that I believe we pulled 15 properties from this list earlier today.
We started out with 33.
Yep.
Okay.
And then knocked it down to 18.
So people did comply and remove the excessive vegetation?
Whether they're
Or trash.
vegetation or debris, they brought it into compliance.
Okay.
Very good. We will then have a Trustee Sturts.
What, we gotta get
Are
back
we
to-
doing a motion
Oh,
to
okay.
adopt?
I introduce and move the adoption
Hang
of
on.
the, go ahead.
You want a motion?
Yeah, so what we now.
Thank you.
We need to introduce and move all
Right.
17 of the
Right.
resolutions, referencing them by each number.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Oh, we can't just say 2023-044 through 2023-061.
Okay, I'm sorry, yes.
Yep.
I got you.
Okay, we can do that? Okay. So I introduce and move the adoption of resolutions 2023-044 through 2023-061.
I second the adoption of these resolutions.
Is there any discussion on the resolution?
Now, do
Well,
we
we
have
got to
read
have
'em?
the reading of the
So
resolution.
you are going to read it? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we have to read
I know,
each one.
I remember.
There we go.
Resolution 2023-44, declaring nuisance for accumulated debris at 428 Vaughn Road, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading. Resolution 2023-45, declaring nuisance for accumulated debris at 430 Foley Road, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading. Resolution 2023-46, declaring nuisance for excessive vegetation at 3940 Delhi Pike, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading. Resolution 2023-47, declaring nuisance for excessive vegetation at 328 Bob Drive, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading. Resolution 2023-48, declaring nuisance for accumulated debris at 392 Don Lane, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading. Resolution 2023-49, declaring nuisance for excessive vegetation at 471 Anderson Ferry, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading. Resolution 2023-50, declaring nuisance for excessive vegetation and accumulated debris at 515 Allenford Court, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading. Resolution 2023-51, declaring nuisance for excessive vegetation at 4783 Shady Lawn Terrace, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading. Resolution 2023-52, declaring nuisance for accumulated debris at 3935 Delhi Pike, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading. Resolution 2023-53, declaring nuisance for excessive vegetation at 5387 Romance Lane, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading. Resolution 2023-54, declaring a nuisance for excessive vegetation at 5433 Cleves Warsaw Pike, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading. Resolution 2023-55, declaring nuisance for excessive vegetation at 373 Robin Lane, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading. Resolution 2023-56, declaring nuisance for excessive vegetation at 5540 Rapid Run Road, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading. Resolution 2023-57, declaring nuisance for excessive vegetation at 538 Pedretti Road, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading. Resolution 2023-58, declaring nuisance for excessive vegetation at 496 Hibernia Drive, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading. Resolution 2023-59, declaring nuisance for excessive vegetation at 3917 Delhi Pike, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading. Resolution 2023-60, declaring nuisance for excessive vegetation at 3927 Delhi Pike, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading. Resolution 2023-61, declaring nuisance for excessive vegetation at 5489 Cleander Drive, declaring an emergency and dispensing with a second reading.
Thank you. Any additional discussion on these resolutions?
I move to dispense with the second reading of the aforementioned resolutions.
I second the motion to dispense with the second reading of these resolutions.
All those in favor of the motion to dispense with the second reading?
Yes.
Yes. Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes. Resolution passes.
All of them.
Every last one of them. Thank you. Mr. Roach, do you have more?
Yes, I was just going to expand a little bit on the 513 relief bus that Trustee Seavey spoke about earlier. I had the opportunity to stop up and meet the director, Trevina Adams, there and her team Tuesday, and what a great resource. Just a few weeks prior, Ron, John, Randy, and myself were at Hamilton County, and we learned a little bit about the relief bus, and a few weeks later, here they are in our community. But like I said, they have a team of about 15 to 20 people, and the programs that they offer, they had 72 inquiries and about 48 applicants, I believe, that they took to help assist, and anything from housing to rent to medical to legal advice to addiction specialists they had there. And as Trustee Seavey spoke earlier, they plan on coming back in August and October. And I think it'd be great for, our resources with our police and fire to maybe, just get with them. I'm sure they're already aware of the 513 relief bus, but to bring 15 or 20 specialists in at one time and have that resources there one area, and they were right behind Anderson Ferry Food Pantry is where they set up their location. I think, Chair Davis, I think you visited their stop possibly.
Yes.
And Trustee Steve, I know you were there, so, yeah. So if you have any questions, I can, but.
No questions. It was just great to see them and meet them, and they were all very dedicated to being of service to those that were coming in. It was kind of neat, and it'd be great that it'll be back, and hopefully we'll get better notice here in the township so that we can advertise it and really kind of push it, because I think Trustee Seavey said we were kind of surprised. It's like, what's going on?
I stumbled upon it 20 minutes prior to them leaving the township, and I won't go into how I stumbled upon them, but I had the opportunity to speak with Trustee Seavey, and she had to direct me to where they were, so.
Very good. Thank you. Trustee Seavey?
The Hamilton County Relief Bus is quite a resource, and we will know the next time they're coming in August, because also they would like to meet our own social workers, our Bobby Honnert and our Kaylee Vickers. So it's an opportunity for them to see as well. We'll let you know. Stand by.
Thank you. We are up to public comments. We have nobody signed in for public comments tonight, but this would be your chance. Anyone have anything they'd like to offer for the good of the order, for the good of the township? Come forward, please. State your name.
Hi, trustees.
Hi.
My name's Sam Magro, and I just have a question regarding mentioning that the township only makes $5 when we have traffic citations. And my question is, where does the additional funding go? To Hamilton County?
Chief?
Yeah.
It's a good question, but that is true. Make very little on any citation that we write, but yes, Hamilton County and the state, I'm assuming, but I can certainly look in. Is the state, Brian?
Do we set the
No.
cost of the citations?
No, we don't. That's all set by state law.
Wow,
Yep.
that was my question. You've answered
So-
it thoroughly, thanks.
Yeah, and I mean, fortunately or unfortunately, a lot of people think we make money on citations and we're out there writing citations just to make money. That's not the case. Yeah, we don't have mayor's court or anything like that, so. Yeah, thank you though.
Good question. Thanks,
Thanks
Sam.
for bringing it up.
Announcement of community events, Mr. Luby.
We have the Hamilton County Yard Trimmings Drop-Off Program. It runs on Saturdays and Sundays from March 25th through December the 3rd. It's from 8:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's at Oakdale Elementary School at 3850 Virginia Court. Be sure to visit Hamilton County's Recycling and Solid Waste District website to review any guidelines for dropping off your yard trimmings. The free fishing at Clearview Lake is now open to Delhi residents for catch and release fishing in designated areas on Fridays through September from dusk until dawn. Contact the Parks Department with any questions. We Thrive in Delhi is Saturday, May 13th at 11 a.m., and that'll be at the Delhi Branch Library. Audience is limited to 35 people. Learn from 1 to 5 about mental health resources for students, ways to support your mental health, and mental health warning signs. The Oak Hills Local School District presents 2023 Health and Wellness Fair, Saturday, May 13th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and that's at the Delhi Middle School at 5280 Foley Road. The Delhi Parks and Recreation presents its first concert featuring Forever Diamond. It's Thursday, May 18th at 7 p.m., and that's at the Delhi Park Performance Stage at Foley Road. Food and beverages are available for purchase. No coolers are permitted. The Hamilton County Small Business Day is Monday, May 22nd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and that's at the Sharonville Convention Center. Hamilton County is officially launching their Office of Small Business and a brand new Small Business Relief Grants. Service includes one-on-one assistance with grant applications, breakout sessions, and vendor matchmaking. The Delhi Township Veterans Association Memorial Day Ceremony is Sunday, May 28th at 1 p.m. It's here at Veterans Memorial Park, honoring and remembering those veterans who lost their lives in the line of duty. Because parking is limited at the park, a shuttle bus will be available at the Senior Center on Neeb Road. That's all we have.
Okay, very good. We do have, go ahead.
Chairman Davis?
Yeah.
The 21st is the police memorial ceremony. Okay, very good. That's what I wanted to know. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sorry.
Okay, we do have a need to go to executive session. We want to entertain a motion for that, please.
Motion to retire to executive session to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, and/or compensation of a public employee of the township, and to consider confidential information related to the marketing plans, specific business strategy, trade secrets, or personal financial statements of an applicant for economic development assistance and imminent litigation.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Luby, please call the roll.
Mrs. Sturts?
Yes.
Mrs. Seavey?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes. Good. So we will then go to executive session. Our next regular scheduled meeting, no, not May 10th. It'll be
Wednesday, the
31st.
31st.
the 31st. Okay. So, May
is on
31st. What's that?
He is on probation.
May 31st. And as always, we always invite those to come in and come on out to the meeting. It starts at 6 o'clock, and that'll be on May 31st. Thank you all so much. Have a great month of May.
And Memorial Day. Be safe.